to be honest, Believers is really, like, for me, it's the first project that actually convinced me, because I see the idea behind it, I see the culture, and bees in general. I love that motto, because bees, the values that they represent for the community, the teamwork and their consistency. I think it's something really cool, and this way you guys managed to convince me about it.
How do you compare that difference or that experience working on a Web3 project versus working on a architecture, for example, project?
So what excites me the most, I think, and which is like really similar, which is a bit of continuation, is meeting that very different expectations, that very different feedbacks on people, and everyone tells you actually different things, and you need to synthesize. You need to create something simple. The simplest things takes most of the time, actually, because you come through very different process ideas, and you need to find something in common that will answer all these requirements. And I think this is really a challenge that I love to face.
What is your thought like around the NFT?
There are some NFTs that I like in particular, but I never tried to create something that will pretend to be, similar. I always wanted to create something very unique, because I think the best NFT projects are these ones that invent something really new, really unique, that you can't compare to anything that exists yet.
How do you think the design actually carries the Believer's vision? Because we have mentioned this before, which is you're not minting it just for the art, right? You're minting it because of the mission that we're trying to accomplish. So how does the art affects that? How important this design is for that mission?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are not NFT project. We are a Bitcoin project. We want to bring the community of believers which is a representation of the, into this NFT, right? So, yeah. So, but even then, like, we wanted to have that balance of having a, good art and also the utility aspect of it and the story behind it. I think it very well came together, all of these three, where now, like, we finalize an art that is, you can resonate with it, you feel personalized, and at the same time it tells the story of the whole Bitcoin and by believers, right? Yeah.
I guess for this Believers NFT, how did you start creatively? Was it like the shape? Was it the mood? What was the first, aspect that you started creating that made sense?
Actually, we started to analyze B, because B, it's the main character. But when you start to think about B, there are so many graphic B representations. So that exists already, because it's a common symbol, That's why it was hard to come up with something new, because you've seen lots of things, and by the way, B is not easy to. It's not like a cute animal with cute little face that you can actually draw just like that. But you need to invent something new, to think really out of the box. So we start exploring very, very different things that, if you would look at it, it's nothing to do with what we finally have, but we need to come through all these processes to find the right way.
What was the overall idea for the mythic ones, like the special ones? Did you took from overall stuff that people liked, or what was the idea there?
Yeah, mythic they are very different. They're based on the same idea as all the believers, but they are a bit more complicated. They often they refer to some very common cultural symbols.
Yeah,
and that was the idea. So they to be different.
There is also an opportunity to get a physical art. I'm sure we will talk about it in a second. But if you're a believer and you want to get a physical art from our artist Marta, and you have that access as well. So yeah, those are very few things that we could reveal for now.
Yeah, I mean, just like you mentioned, let's talk a little bit about that physical art option. So, Marta, I'd love to hear a little bit more about the physical art option, like the acrylic paintings on canvas. Maybe you want to talk about this more. But how did this idea came about, and what's the vision behind it?
So we wanted to offer something special, and as you know, this is a painting, like physical painting on canvas, like acrylic or oil or something else. It's the most classical value. It's been through history and everything. It's something the most, I don't know how to describe. It's
valuable, yeah.
It's a classical value, and we want to offer that option. And by the way, this is something that I have a bit bigger experience about, because I've been painting a lot, I've been organizing exhibitions. So I thought, okay, maybe we would offer that, and this could be something like really customized. So if someone decided to order a painting, it can be fully customized. And in terms of lines, textures, not only the believer itself, but it's like it can be like more artistic than just computer design.